Hello, welcome to Shellie Soapbox. It's a podcast about my random thoughts. I'm Shellie, and Soapbox is this platform where I share my perspectives based upon a random thought that's going through my head. That might be a thought that came out of my experiences, something I've observed, or maybe something I've read. And at the end of the podcast, I'm going to ask you a question, and I just want you to think about it. And after you've thought about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share them with me at shelliesoapbox@gmail.com. Love to hear your thoughts. Let's get started. Today's random thought is based upon the question, should changing your last name be goals? In my opinion, I don't believe women should legally change their last name after getting married. So, as we set new goals for the new year, a lot of women have put before them this changing their last name goal. And what that means is they've decided that they want to find the ideal mate, secure that bag, meaning get engaged, get the ring, and then get the marriage. And after the marriage, head themselves down to legally change their last names. Now, don't get me wrong. The reason I feel that you should not legally change your name has nothing to do with marriage itself. I fully believe in the institution of marriage. I actually think it's a great thing for those that aspire to be married. It's a wonderful relationship. However, I do think that there are 3 reasons you should not legally change your last name. The first one, it's an administrative nightmare, meaning you now have to get all your ID with your government name and your new marriage license and head down to the Social Security office with all that information, present all those details before them, and then wait a few weeks for them to provide you a new Social Security card. The other place you'll have to go is to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. No offense to the DMV, love you guys, but I'm not trying to go to the DMV unless I absolutely have to. If there's an option, which is changing the last name legally, I'm not going there. So you not only have to go there with the same information that you sent to the Social Security office, but you also have to take a new picture. So my thoughts, as I've mentioned to you previously, are based upon my experiences, upon my observations, and upon something I've read. So from my experience, I've changed my name a couple of times. And the last time I went and got a new picture at the DMV, I'm not really certain what was going on with the photographer, but it doesn't look like me. It's low light. My face is really wide, to the point where I've presented this ID to people and they look at me several times, like looking at the ID and looking up at me as if to say, that's not you. So if I had avoided that, it wouldn't have happened. So that's my first reason why you should not change your last name legally. The second reason is based upon the sad fact that marriages don't always last. As much as we want the marriage to be forever, and I do believe that the intention should be that you are married until death do you part. But the reality is that doesn't happen. Statistics show that first marriages, 41% of them end in divorce. And if you decide to do it twice, 60% of second marriages end in divorce. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. 73% of third marriages end in divorce. So again, don't do it. Don't legally change your last name. And then the third reason, who said that changing your last name is mandatory? Where did that come from? It's some tradition. And you know, traditions can be nice, but they also can be thought about as questioning, why are we doing this? Like, what value does it have? And so in my opinion, I don't think, again, women should legally change their last name. So I've shared this idea with several people, some of my family, some of my friends. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like I put this survey in the field and surveyed 100 men and 100 women and asked them the question, should women change their last name after getting married? No, I didn't do that. I asked a few people, but I will tell you, of the people I did ask, it was split down the middle between men and women. The women were with me and thought, you're right. Why should I change my last name if I get married? Or I am married and I never changed my last name and I don't intend to do so. Or I'm married, I changed my last name and you're right. It has been an administrative nightmare. I shouldn't have changed my last name. Whereas the men, they are adamantly holding to the fact that if you secure this bag, if you get this ring, you're going to get this name. So it's really interesting to me to see the different perspectives and thoughts around this question. I'm really interested, though, in hearing what you have to say. So share your thoughts with me about changing your last name. Now, I will tell you, there is one caveat I do have with why you might legally want to change your last name. So if your new last name is going to get you some clout, it's going to get you some recognition, by all means, change your last name. If your last name is Obama, absolutely change that last name, because you know what? If I call up my favorite restaurant that's always sold out and am looking for a table, and I say, hey, this is Shellie Obama. I'd like to come in tonight for a party of two. Absolutely, Mrs. Obama, come in. We have a table for you. Whereas if I say, hi, this is Shellie Smith. I really like your restaurant. I wanted to come in. By any chance, do you have a table for two? They'll say, no, we won't have availability for another 6 months. So in cases like that, you should change your last name legally, by all means. That one, I'm with. But I really want to hear what you have to say. So think about it. Should women change their last name when they get married? Let me know. Put your comments below in the comment section or send me an email at shelliesoapbox@gmail.com. My only request when sending your email or commenting in the section below is please be respectful. We can agree to disagree, but let's do so in a manner that shows respect and kindness. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe. Look forward to talking with you again later. Bye.